If you like anime and you want to try something new, Verve has added High Dive to its list of channels within the ever-growing Combo Pack, where you can watch anime from Sentai Filmworks, otherwise known as ADV, shows like Food Wars, shows like Gate, shows like High School of the Dead, anime, fresh, niche stuff right here on Verve, vrv.co/geekdom. Try it out for free, and you can try all these shows and so much more on Verve. The link is down below.
Alright, so I'm in LA right now. I am not in the studio where I record my usual video, so if I sound a little bit weird, I'm recording this on my microphone from my laptop. I'm on the road. I'm actually at Kendamu's house. We're staying here with Kendamu. Just got back into the house from the premiere. It's about a 45-minute drive. I saw Dragon Ball Super Broly. I'm going to be giving you my review on the film, and then I'm going to come back either tomorrow or the day after with a full spoiler discussion with people who saw the film. We're going to be discussing things that were not in the original spoilers, some very interesting things. But for this video, we're going to be avoiding spoilers. I'm just going to tell you what I thought about the movie and whether or not you should go see this movie in theaters. First of all, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, obviously you're probably going to see this movie in theaters. Most of you guys will. Don't pirate this movie. And I need y'all to trust me on this one. Do not pirate this film. Y'all got to go see this movie in theaters, because the thing about this film that's going to make this maybe one of, if not the most remembered Dragon Ball product of the current era of this Dragon Ball Renaissance, or at least, you know, one of them of all time, is the visuals and the audio. The production behind this movie was absolutely fantastic in every conceivable way. The animation, you know, we've been talking over and over and over again. This is a visual spectacle movie. You need to see this movie in the biggest possible screen you can, in the best movie theater you can. Like, splurge out for this film, because you're getting a full story. You're getting a film that has way more character development for Broly than I was expecting, and it really does feel like a space opera. The first half of that film definitely felt like a space opera. So Toriyama saying that is absolutely accurate. But when you see the movie, you're going to see incredible visuals and you're going to see unbelievable audio. So first thing I want to say is the animation is incredible. All the fight scenes are just unbelievable, and they're very satisfying. You have all kinds of different martial arts styles being represented here. You have Goku doing new techniques we've never seen before. We have Vegeta doing some very, very interesting stuff too. The Vegeta Broly fight just felt so fresh in the film, watching it. And of course, then we get to well, I'm not going to spoil it, but then we get to more fights as it goes on. As far as the pacing of the movie goes, I felt like the Bardock stuff was long. It was long. Like, the whole backstory. They had the first third of this movie, the first act, was the Dragon Ball Minus story with Broly in there, with extra Broly stuff. So it was there. Guinea was totally adorable in the film. Obviously, I watched the movie English dubbed here in LA at the Chinese Theater. It was an invite-only event. Myself and several other creators were there. Tons of people were there, industry people. Pictures all over Twitter, and I had a really good time. Really, really good time. I might do a stream about it, but so anyways, back to the movie. So the visuals are great, but the audio to me was also stellar. Sumitomo, who, let's be honest, Sumitomo had a kind of a rocky start. I think in Battle of Gods he had a great soundtrack. I think in Super, his soundtrack was not really very good until the Trunks arc. That's when I really started to focus on how good of a composer he was. With this movie, he totally blew himself out of the water. The music in this movie is absolutely fantastic. I think you guys... That's what I'm saying, yo. Don't pirate this movie. Go see it in theaters, because you need to experience the audio and the visual greatness. The movie does not really have a lot of fight scenes until the end. A lot of it's just build up, build up, build up, build up. And I thought it was executed well. However, there were some things I did not like. First and foremost, there were several retcons here. We knew about this going on, but there were several retcons to change certain characters that I personally didn't think were that. I thought they were very uncharacteristic retcons. And some of the stuff that they're retconning is anime only like non-manga stuff that Toriyama didn't write. So with that stuff, it seems to soften the blow. But there were some things that were in the original manga that were retcon, which I'll probably discuss in the spoilers review. I think I'll discuss it there, or I might make a separate video dissecting that. So that was a little bit weird, and I felt like they spent like 35 minutes on the backstory with Bardock, but I was surprised because they tried to cram so much in, it was missing stuff. Like, and they never really, like, when they introduced Bardock so quickly that it's almost like they thought the audience would know who he is. And obviously this movie's made for hardcore fans, so they're going to know who he is. But I thought that was kind of interesting how it felt rushed, even though they had a full 35 minutes. It felt rushed, and that was kind of interesting. The Broly stuff, like his build-up as a character, I thought was really, really good. Broly became I like Broly. I have become a Broly fan after this film, and I really look forward to seeing where the story goes next in Dragon Ball Super. I really am curious to see where they take this thing. As far as the dub goes, the voice acting was absolutely fantastic. There's actually a scene in the movie where Sean Schemmel voices Goku, and there's a scene where Broly is beating up Goku, and Sean Schemmel, I swear, during that scene, sounds exactly like Nozawa. I could not believe it. He's like, like it was crazy. And he's told me several times he doesn't purposely try to sound like Nozawa, even though he has tried in the past to kind of emulate her style. It just doesn't work right for him, for that. But he does know how to play Goku sort of in the way that Toriyama kind of envisioned it. But in this film, there were a couple times where he's really trying. Even though he told me he wasn't trying, I felt like he may have been subconsciously doing it, and that was cool. That was cool. That was great. Also, Sabat as Vegeta was really funny and really serious when he had to be. Monica Rial, always a treat as Bulma. Vic Mignogna as Broly. Okay, I think that the voice that Vic has, because he has kind of a more kind of chill voice in real life, I think that voice fits Broly's character better than the older Broly, the one from Dragon Ball Z. I think Vic is better at playing this Broly than the other Broly. I had a conversation with him in the VIP, and we talked about this whole thing and how happy he was to come back and play Broly because he gets to actually act. He gets to actually be a character who's in pain, who's suffering. And also, I felt like the movie did not do a great job in explaining Paragus and Broly's relationship. Like, they kind of went into it a little bit. Obviously, that's his dad, but like kind of the trauma they went through when they were younger, they don't really explain as much as I was hoping that they would. The thing about this movie is that it's the longest theatrical Dragon Ball movie ever. Theatrical, right? Obviously, the Battle of Gods extended cut was longer, but the theatrical cut was not. This was the longest movie, and yet there were parts that I felt were rushed. Like, they really did focus on the fighting, because once the fighting begins, you got fighting all the way till the end of the movie. All the way till the end. So, it's one of those kind of movies. The first half is all build-up, second half is all fighting, but there's a lot of fighting. And I felt like maybe if they had more time, they could have added more story, more explanations, but there were some very cool and interesting things they did here that I was not expecting based on reading the spoilers. There was some interesting stuff. For those wondering about the final fight, it is the most visually insane fight I have ever seen in Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball has never done things like this. I mean, we've been talking about it. The actors have said it. People who worked on the movie have said it. Now I'm telling you because I've seen it with my own eyes, bro. I've seen it with my own eyes. The final fight in this film is breathtaking. Like, it blows away Goku versus Jiren both the first time and the second time. And they had a lot of those guys working on this too. Just completely mind-numbingly amazing. And the way the colors look, the movie's so freaking colorful. Like, it's a very colorful film, very bright, very vibrant. The animation is so smooth that it almost doesn't even look like Dragon Ball. Like, there's parts of it where it's like, this looks like another anime. But the fights, I mean, if you're going to see a movie for fights, this is the film to go see. Dragon Ball Super Broly, was it the best movie? Honestly, I feel like no, it's not as good as Battle of Gods in my opinion, but it's better than Resurrection F significantly. And I think some people are going to say it's their favorite movie. I think it's hard to really not agree with them because of how good the production and the visuals were. Like, Dragon Ball has never ever looked this good. It needs to be seen in theaters. Anyways, that should be it for my review. Like I said, I'll be doing a non-spoiler. I'm sorry, this is non-spoiler. I'll be doing a spoiler review very, very soon here on the channel, and I look forward to talking to y'all more about Dragon Ball Super Broly and what could happen in the future. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this video spoiler free, but obviously, you know, the spoiler video, it's gonna be me, Miss DBZ Babe, Josie, Kendamu. You know, we're all gonna just talk about the film, but very emotional movie as well. Very, very emotional. There were grown men in that movie theater crying. Jax Blade cried, like, because he avoided spoilers. Like, there were people crying in that movie. The visuals were just completely out of this world. Like, you got to see this movie. You have to see this movie, and if you do see it in theaters. Anyways, look out for my spoiler review very soon. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you down the road.